There has been a lot of talks about Apple iOS 14 update and how it would affect dropshippers or in general advertiser, and it might actually affect 60% of your sales. So if you want to know more about what's going on, keep watching. What's up, beautiful people? It's Naz here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about Apple fighting against Facebook over this thing called IDFA. IDFA, or Identifier for Advertiser, is basically, you know, that thing that follows you around, like basically just whatever you go or whatever you do, and then shows you the ads that you're like, how the hell, like, how do you know I wanted this? Or, you know, those kind of things. Basically what Apple wants to do is they say they care about the privacy and they don't want people to share data with Facebook if they don't know about it. The thing is, this is not a new feature. It's actually been around since iOS 10, but the difference is before you had to go on your setting in general and all that and change the update, but now how iOS 14 want to do it is whenever you open your app, it pops something like that, and basically it's gonna ask you this question: this app would like permission to track you across apps and websites owned by other companies. Your data will be used to deliver personalized ads to you. You either allow tracking or ask app not to track. And makes sense for most people not to allow to track. So here's the thing, it's not a thing 100% yet. Like, obviously we got a lot of, whenever, if you're an advertiser, you know, when you open your Facebook account and you're trying to run ads, right there it gives you the update that Facebook, the new iOS 14 may affect you. I think Facebook is doing, this is my personal opinion, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Nobody knows. It's gonna be out sometimes in 2021, so we don't really know exactly how it's gonna affect your advertising. I think Facebook is doing that because they want a lot of people to appeal and not want that to happen. So that's why you get that message. All right, I'm just gonna kind of get more details about what Apple wants to do. I'm right there on apple.com and kind of going through everything that they're warning people and advertisers to do. Also keep in mind, this not only affect advertisers on Facebook, but also would affect advertisers through all the platforms. So it could be affecting people that are running Google ads, YouTube ads, and all the other things. Because after all, you have to share some data for advertisers to show you the right advertising. Based on my research, 45% of people actually use Apple products. And let's say out of 45%, half of those people actually decline to be tracked. How Apple warned people, specifically with e-commerce stores, they said that this could affect 60% of your sales. However, that's still not a done thing. We still don't know what's happening. We still don't know what's going on. A lot of people are saying that Apple and Facebook are still right now in a war, and they're just fighting over this, and Apple just wants the piece of the pie. And so basically they want to kind of work something out that for whatever money that Facebook can make, Apple can get some money too. Here's the thing, Facebook rely on advertisers for revenue. So I don't know how this is gonna actually affect Facebook itself. All right, right now I'm on Apple Store. I'm just gonna read a couple of the things that Apple says that they wanna do. So this is how it's gonna affect it. It's gonna be on iOS 14, iPad OS 14, and tvOS 14. You will need to receive the user's permission through the Apple Tracking Transparency framework to track them to access their device's advertising identifier. Tracking refers to an act of linking users to device data collected from your app with user to device data collected from other companies' apps, websites, or offline properties for targeted advertising or advertising measurement purposes. Tracking also refers to sharing user or data or device data with data brokers. So example of tracking include, but not limited to, displaying targeted advertisement in app based on user data collected from apps and websites owned by other companies. It could also be sharing device location data or email list with a data broker. Also could be sharing list of emails, advertising IDs or other IDs with third party, all that stuff. The other one is placing a third-party SDK in your app that combines user data from your app with user data from other developers' app to target advertising or measure advertising efficiency, even if you don't use the SDK for these purposes. For example, using an analytics SDK that repurposes the data it collects from your app to enable targeted advertising in other developers' apps. No matter what happens, just like in the last 10 years, 20, 30 years, advertisers always find a way to advertise. So this is not something that I'm really worrying about. It's mostly like it's gonna be a huge change if it's actually happened. And we're just gonna learn how to work around it. My friend that works in Facebook, he said I wouldn't be worried about it. Facebook has way more power than Apple, and probably it wouldn't be that big of a change. Keep in mind, this whole thing is just some kind of a power play. It's Facebook against Apple. And Facebook is very powerful compared to Apple, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. And Facebook already has a lot of data that we could work around with, you know? And I understand that it could affect advertising, but I wouldn't be so worried about it. Now that we know exactly what's going on, here's what I suggest you should do, just in case something happens. That's also what Facebook basically suggesting advertiser to do in order to not be as affected as they could be. Now that you know what's going on, let's go through what you could do to prevent being affected as an advertiser. I'm also gonna hop on Facebook itself and what they're recommending. So I'm not just making this up, I'm actually telling you what Facebook is suggesting you to do, or any advertisers out there. So here we are on facebook.com, and actions you can take to prepare. If you plan to deliver ads for conversion event that occur in your business's app, this is what you gotta do, which in our case, we're doing a lot of conversions. So here's what we're gonna do. Update to Facebook's SDK for iOS 14 version 8.1 to help personalize ads delivered to device on iOS 14 and continue to receive app conversion events reporting from iOS 14 device. You can do this from Event Manager. You'll need to be an app admin to do this. Now, here's the thing. If you plan to deliver ads for conversion events that occur on your business's website, which probably most of us will be doing, you may need to verify your website's domain. I'm gonna again put the link down below. I already actually verified my domain just in case, because I don't know what's going to happen, to help avoid any future disruption of your website campaign. So for your business's website, you gotta go and verify your domain. It's pretty easy. You gotta go to your backend of your business manager, business setting, and then somewhere there, I think on brand safety, there is domain, and you can literally go and add your domain. And from there, you get a little instruction of how you can actually go and set up your domain. It takes about 72 hours to get verified, and you're good to go. Now, let's go through some ad creation limitation. There's gonna be some limitation if, again, this actually happens. Let's go through them real quick and kind of cover the basis and what's gonna happen if this goes through. You can only associate your apps with single ad account. However, you can use the same ad account to advertise for multiple apps. So you only be able to advertise through one ad account if you're associating with apps. Okay, let's go through ad creations. I'm not gonna go through the apps, I'm gonna go through the business's website, but I'm gonna put all the links down below for everything else so you can kind of take a look at. If you plan to deliver ads conversion events that occur on your business's website, your pixel may only optimize for maximum of 8 conversion events for each domain, which is kind of crazy. So basically, you're not gonna have updated conversion events. That's what Facebook is saying, I believe. Facebook will initially configure the conversion events we believe are the most relevant to your business based on your activity. All other events will be made inactive for campaign optimization and reporting. You will be able to manage your preferences in Event Manager. When you create your ad set, you'll choose only one of the 8 designated conversion events to optimize for. Ad sets that we're optimizing for pixel conversion events that is no longer active will be paused. In advance of this limitation, consider if changes will need to be made for your campaign or measurement strategy. You may need to consider if you'll require to optimize for upper funnel objectives like landing page views and link clicks. So there's gonna be a lot of changes when this goes through, or if this goes through. However, again, we still don't know what's going on. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna put all the articles that you need down below, everything you need to know, and you can kind of go take a look and read more about it. As of right now, it's really not affected. I just updated my phone to iOS 14 and I don't get that pop-up message yet. So I don't know when it's gonna be. They said sometimes in 2021. It could be early 2021, it could be not 2021, who knows. But that's the update that we have as of right now. All right guys, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. And if you need help with your dropshipping store, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I post about dropshipping almost every day. And then if you need specific help and you want me to help you personally, go ahead and DM me the word dropshipping and I'll send you all the information you need. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.